Hey guys, what's going on? Jake here today. I'm coming at y'all with an amazing LEGO DC news update, which is all of our March 2026 sets have been officially revealed, which is kind of crazy since we're just entering October and we're already getting stuff for March. We don't even have all the January Marvel stuff or Star Wars anything been revealed, but they're like, let's reveal the March 2026 Batman stuff just to promo the game, I guess. But I'm pretty excited. Let's just get right into it. Now we're going to be taking a look at these official pictures from Brick Reporter on Instagram. Check them out if you want to keep up to date with all your amazing LEGO news. But let's just look at these babies. We're going to start out with probably my most mixed one and the biggest side of the wave, being the LEGO DC Batman logo. This will retail for $80 with 678 pieces. It's an interesting set. There's a lot to like here. There's a lot to not like here. It's just it didn't get me all the way. It didn't really get me going the way I thought this set would. What I was envisioning is like the Marvel logo box, both the Batman logo on there or like a circular like oval with the Bat logo on there, but they went with just like a solid Bat logo build with the more so Star Wars style greeblings across it. I really do like it though. There's a lot of cool little references in there to different villains and characters. Like there's whips, grapple guns. Mr. Freeze's gun is in there. Batarangs, top hats, bowler hats. They literally have like everything in there, just referencing all throughout Batman's Rogues Gallery. It's like a really solid build. But where you mainly lose me is with that terrible stand. It just doesn't look good. If they could have figured out some way for this to stand on its own, I would have preferred that because the stand just makes it look bad. It might look better in person, but this just looks a little rough, man. Now, for your minifigures, you do get some neat stuff here. We get two figures, including one, just our same Batman reused, like the all black new suit that was in the Arkham set and that 4 Plus set, and then the gold Batman for 20th anniversary. He looks cool, super nice looking guy. It's just not what I wanted. I really, 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 really wanted a 20th anniversary style. Well, they did a Star Wars version, the light gray Batman from the 2006 wave, or even just a gold version. But they decided to go with their Batman suit, just made it gold. It uses that newer superheroes cape in gold. That cowl is a neat recolor, at least. You get the gold, and then you have like tan for the eyes. So that just makes it a little bit different than like the regular, which has the white for the eyes, of course. So it just gives it a little more uniqueness. And then another neat thing is the Shang-Chi face, which is used on our Batman, gets recolored in gold. So I think that will be another neat part. I wonder if it will have both faces or just the one. I think that'll be pretty nice. Of course, there's no leg printing then, or any sort of special dual molding or anything crazy. But there is something cool which I don't have in these pictures. There is a way, like you take away that main door on the middle of there. It's like a vault door, and your Batman can sit in there, your black one or your gold one, of course. Probably the black one is meant to go in there. You can just throw them on there. It looks cool. I think that might be a reference to the 89 Batcave because it had those similar kind of doors. It looks nice. I really love this box art. When I first saw that, I was like, wow, that's like super unique and it stands out really nice. It really highlights your build here. This makes me kind of itch a little bit for like a bat wing build with this exact same shape because this looks great. I'd buy an $80 Batwing set if it was shaped exactly like this. Of course, with Batwing details, but like I really like the general idea of what's going on here. Now, another cool feature about the set, which is not shown in these pics, is you can hang it on a wall. Not my desired way of display for my setup. Um, it's just like I don't think this will be that huge. If it's huge, I think it would look good on a wall, but it has nowhere near the shelf but it has nowhere near like the wall presence of what like the Batwing '89 set had, or just some of the other sets that could be hung on walls. I think this is just this just seems a little too small to wanna put as like wall decor, and I think the stand just kind of fits it better here. If the stand was black, I'd probably like it a lot more, even yellow or gold, just something other than gray. Because I really dislike how that gray looks. I don't know, something about it just looks odd. I don't think they use gray on the other stands for these like type of superhero display builds. I'm pretty sure in Marvel they're mostly black, but for some reason they like the Technic gray here, and I just don't like the contrast in colors. Then going on to some of our better sets here, we have probably the best of the three in my opinion, being a new version of the Batman Batmobile. And if you were like me, you'd look at your 2022 one and be like, I don't need a new one. This one looks fine. But man, all the subtle improvements in this build lead to just like a way higher quality product. And it's crazy though because it's all these Batmobiles are $30, and with inflation, I saw that the original one cost 10% more than what this one does. But this one looks way better because it gets way more of those intricate angles in the back area, right, and on the side. One complaint I do have with this build compared to the original is they leave this window gap open there, unlike in the original, which doesn't have that. So I wonder if I can find some way to fill that in, because I don't want like open windows on my Batmobile. I think I just look better with them up. I like the build. It's super smooth. It feels like a nice improvement over the original. Even the back engine gets some nice improvements. It is a little weird though because it's not an exact copy of the one from the game. Like, it's like a tad bit different than the one that's in the video game. But this is just so nice here with all those special angles. It's also pretty good scale going on. These are basically like Speed Champion size, and pretty much just minifigure scale then. They'd probably be a tad bit bigger if they're minifigure scale. But I think at that point you're just kind of, you're out of luck there. I really like how this one looks. Oh, and it looks like you can fit two figures as well. There is also some, all these have kind of boring box art for these last three. I like it though. It seems like it's like the Batcave there have the kind of plate where your Batmobile will be spun around and go out through the waterfall entrance. I really like this. I think this looks sick. The minifigure is amazing. This is probably one of the best Batman minifigures they've ever done. This is a accurate version of the Robert Pattinson Batman, which interestingly doesn't have a rubber cape, which the Batman animated series one did. And you'd think like they'd do that because they make the Batmobiles now to fit that way with the rubber capes. But I guess since these are all more Speed Champion style, they didn't go with the rubber capes. I do like that. It does use the new cowl. Unfortunately, I'll be able to fix that myself. I love how the torso and legs are updated. Legs, dual molded legs. I don't have it. In 2026. I mean, come on. We gotta take our wins. As DC fans, we just gotta take our wins. Every little win. I do like it. They added a little bit of yellow details to make it just a bit more accurate to the film, because the other one was based on concept art. So now it's just a tad bit more accurate. I do really like it. Here's a closer look at our figure. I mean, you can see those yellow details on there, the dual legs. But I think this one looks really good. It uses that, I believe it's the Twilight face for Robert Pattinson's character. I think it's Twilight. Might be Harry Potter. But it is a nice face print underneath. I'm glad to get that. It looks amazing. It has toe printing. It's just a perfect figure, low-key. Only thing I can do to improve it, putting that Mandalorian cape on there, or just standard Batman cape, and getting like the less bulky cowl when using the sticker method to keep the white eyes. Or you can use the Firestar Toys head if you're into the customizing scene. But overall, I think it's a great set for $30. For our next one, a bit interesting here. And this one does bring in some of my issues with these. We have the Batman vs. Superman Batmobile coming in at only 220 pieces. $30, of course. It looks great. Build itself looks great. I don't think dark bluish gray is the right color. I get they don't want to remold all those cards. I get they don't want to remold all those parts in the, pearl gray. But it would have been nice at least. It still looks good. Looks really freaking nice in my opinion. I really like it. I never got that original Batfleck Batmobile, and I'm so glad to get this. My main problem comes with the minifigs, or the lack thereof. This is called the Batman vs Superman Batmobile, so you think there'd be a Superman at least, but we do get a armored Batman. This minifigure is really, really good. Oh. New leg printing, new torso printing, super accurate to the film. This helmet, I don't think it's perfect. I think they should have used the Batman Forever one, which had like the blue eyes. I just think that looks more accurate to like the glowing effects. But here they went with the white. I don't really get the point of them remolding and not just reusing. That's probably what I would have done. Looks more accurate anyway. And then for the face, we get a decent face pick. Not a fan of the smile too much, but it is the Bucky face from the 2025 airport battle. It works for Ben Affleck. And I think the main attraction here of new pieces is this new shoulder piece and this new cape. This is a really nice new cape that I hope stays down. I'm kind of worried in that department. Frick. If this is like a one-hole cape, I don't think it's going to stay down right. I think this, promo image is going to be the best it's ever going to look. Because, it's probably going to poke out like that. Like, super wide to the side. But hey, the shoulder armor is still nice. There's a lot of cool stuff they could use for that. A lot of new recolors I hope we get. I really like it. It's a good set. I wish we could have got a Henry Cavill Superman. Would have been super nice. Pun not intended. It would have been cool to get it dual molded legs and everything. But unfortunately, we won't get any Superman because we're getting Batman, more Batman, and a little more Batman. This set overall, very, very, very nice. Captures all the angles nice around there. Little stickers for the lights. Overall, pleasantly surprised. Then for our final side of the wave, I'd say I'm more mixed on this one. It's the Batman and Robin Batmobile. Now, I'm not like a person who, is like too keen set on like the Batmobile being a certain way. I'm fine with them redesigning it and doing special things with it. But I'm not sure if the Batmobile didn't have a cover in the movie. You can let me know below. From my memory, I don't think it was missing like the cover on it. But I don't really know. It looks good other than that. It just feels kind of empty up here having like Batman just poke out like that. But like this whole front end's nice. Got some cool angles there. Wheels with these Batman tiles. They're probably stickers. Sticker detailing on the side here for the red lines, like the red lights on there. I really like these back fin builds. I think those could be cool for if someone wants to build like a new comic-based Batmobile mock. I think that would be really nice. Looking further at our pictures here, we get the back design with these more like spikies. It is pretty long, coming at 9 inches, so it's pretty decent size for $30 as well. Has 272 pieces. I feel like you're getting a good bit of stuff for your money. But man, I think the real attraction with this one is something that doesn't have a picture. It's this Batman minifigure. This is the Batman and Robin suit. It looks good. Looks really good. Has some nice details of silver throughout. Printing on the cowl. They haven't done that yet. I think that looks good. I really like how it looks. Still not my favorite cowl. It's grown on me a lot over these, last few years that we've had it. I think it's definitely grown on me. And I've become a bit more of a fan of it. It's just a nice Batman figure. I think I'll probably put this one in my Ultimate Batcave mock, which I have made a little more progress on. I bought custom sticker sheets for it, so we will have that coming to the channels at some point in the near future. Overall, I think it's a cool set. Probably my least favorite out of the three. I really like that Batman, though. Another detail I didn't really point out with any of these is, there's a code in the box for you to get gold versions of all these Batmobiles plus their regular variants whenever you buy the set. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, there's like the Batman or Superman Batmobile. You can do the gold one of that, or the Batman and Robin one. They're all pretty nice. I do like it. The only thing I think these sets should have included are second minifigs. Right off the bat, with how important Gordon is in this newest game, Batman and Batmobile should have came with that Gordon. They made it before, just reprinted at that point. I think that's what they should have done, or just like a villain or something. This obviously should have came with Superman, and it's something called Batman and Robin. Should have came with the Robin from this movie. You get what I'm saying? I think that would have been cool. Make it a little more bang for your buck. But $30 still isn't bad for what you get here. I really do like these sets. I'm just more mixed on the Batman logo. It has grown on me after I first saw it on this morning. But you guys can just let me know what you think of these down below. Honestly, they're solid sets. There's not a whole lot of problems with them. There's still, of course, problems like any LEGO set would have. But it certainly isn't the price. The prices here are very solid, very much worth your money. They're pretty much in line with your Speed Champions. You just gotta get a little $2 Batman tax, but it's not bad. But that's really all my thoughts on these sets. We're actually only missing one more set for the first half of the year, which is the Batman and Bruce Wayne polybag, which will probably be my most excited one if they do cook up a good Bruce Wayne minifig. But again, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But again, that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day, y'all. See ya.